Thanks for joining us for the Ozarks Previews podcast. I'm Ned Reynolds. The Ozarks has had its share of elite athletes, very few in professional basketball. Curtis Perry and Winston Garland, Blake Ahern all come to mind, but none who have ever graced the cover of our Ozarks basketball preview, except for the gentleman to my right who may or may not remember 2002, Anthony Tolliver, Springfield Kickapoo. That was a magic year for everybody.
It was. It was amazing. The year before we kind of fell short. We didn't do what we expected to do, so we came back motivated for that 02-03 season and got the job done.
Anthony Tolliver, as most of you know, went on to Creighton University, All-Missouri Valley Conference honoree there. Not drafted in the NBA, but that's a bit of an anomaly because, and you may or may not realize this, but when you suit up with the Detroit Pistons for the first regular season game this coming season, your first game will be number 600. That's a lot of games.
Absolutely. I didn't realize that. That's amazing. I mean, I didn't know if I was going to play one game, let alone 600 plus. So I'm blessed. It's definitely an opportunity for me to go out there and just continue to represent for Springfield and represent for my family. So I just go out there and try to play hard. That's about it.
With the decade in the NBA that you have had, what has it meant to Anthony Tolliver, and how has it changed you as a human being?
It's meant a lot. I mean, as a kid, this is what I'm here at the camp. I'm, these 5-year-olds. My son's 5, and since then is when I wanted to play in the NBA. So that's where it started, in camps like this. So that's why I come back and do this and. Try and spark that same type of interest. But it means a lot, man. It's to be able to wake up every day and live my dream. It's amazing. It's just, like I said, it's just a huge blessing.
Your kids, are they athletically oriented? And I assume they are.
Are they athletic? Well, I don't know yet. Hopefully they become athletic. My oldest is 5, and he's kind of right in the middle of the pack right now. But it's kind of funny because growing up, I was kind of in the middle of the pack too. Up until about college is really late high school and college is when I started to really blossom and kind of separate myself. So I'm not too worried about it. If my kids want to play basketball, great. If they don't, no big deal.
That's a very healthy attitude to take. Now, I'm going to go to the future before we go back to the past in your career in the NBA. You are 33 years old. In fact, you just turned 33 years old the other day. And the NBA players, there are a few. Robert Parrish was around till he was 40, and there are some who make it advanced years and so forth and so on. Have you thought about what you'll do in the future?
I have. I mean, I do want to play for at least 2 or 3 more years, just depending on the situation, maybe even more. Other than that, I have a lot of businesses that I currently have ownership in and help run. Multiple here in Springfield, actually. Say You Can, real estate, Kidcasters, fishing company. We make fishing poles and stuff like that for kids. And so, I mean, I partnered up with a couple of my buddies from high school, and Kelly Byrne being one of them for the real estate, Ralph Duda for the other, for the fishing poles, and just continuing to try to give back to the community through those things too, but also make it a business. So. That's where my passion lies outside of basketball, which is in entrepreneurship and business.
Do we assume then from what you said that you'll move back here after your career's over?
Well, as of right now, we're making our home Dallas, outside of Dallas, Texas. We've developed a really great community there, have a lot of great friends and great church. And, we do love Springfield. Springfield's obviously always close to my heart, but where we live is actually only about 6 hours drive, so we can get here early, really often, as often as we need to, and come back and visit family. My whole family still lives here, so Springfield would always be home for me.
When you report to training camp with the Pistons, and probably just another about 2 months or so, you'll have a new coach. Dwayne Casey signed on. Does that change anything that Anthony Tolliver expects?
Well, it depends. So I'm actually a free agent again. So I hope, and I've had multiple talks with the owner and everything else about the possibility of coming back, and everything looks really good of going back there, but you never know in this business. It's a business first. So if they make a business decision and it doesn't include me, well, that means I'm going somewhere else. So but I'm very confident that I'll have great opportunities in the NBA over the next year, 2, 3 years, and if it's in Detroit, I look forward to playing for Casey because he's obviously a high-level coach. He led Toronto to the #1 seed, so you can't really ask for much more than that.
During your career, you were with the Golden State Warriors back 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. Since then, of course, they've morphed into a championship team. Pistons beat them once this year out in Oakland. Did that resonate with you at all?
Of course. I mean, anytime you can beat a high-level team, it gives you confidence. And so, unfortunately, we weren't able to stay healthy last year and keep that confidence going. But for the most part, anytime you can, go up against the champions and get a win, you're going to be in good shape. So definitely they're a great team, probably one of the greatest teams we've ever seen, So, anytime you can beat those guys, it's a good day.
I'll ask you the key question. Who's better, James or Curry?
James, LeBron James might go down as, first or second when it's all said and done. I mean, that guy is unbelievable. I currently have him as #2 ever, but he still has time. I mean, he still is playing at a super high level, so who knows what's going to happen in the future. But Curry is a good friend of mine, so I hate to say that, but at the same time, I'm a realist, and I think he knows it too. But he's going to also go down as an all-time great, so they're both great players.
Do I assume #1 is Michael Jordan?
Yes, your assumption would be right. That's a great assumption because that guy, he changed everything.
He's not mine, Anthony. Will Chamberlain's mine.
Will Chamberlain, hey, and he's up there too. Yeah, the kid's about to change stations, but yeah, man, Will Chamberlain is. If he's not in your top 5 or 6, then something's wrong because that dude was absolutely dominant as well.
Anthony Tolliver also ranks as one of the most philanthropic of all the pro athletes. You do have the nothing but nets is what it is. Yep. It's really a great concept. Explain to the folks a little bit about what it is.
Yeah, nothing-but-nets.net is actually an organization under the UN umbrella. It's actually a program that they provide bed nets for kids and families in Africa and Haiti and different places where it's necessary to help prevent malaria. So I found out about it about 2 or 3 years ago. My friend Stephen Curry, he actually championed the same cause, and I saw it and I loved it immediately and wanted to help. And so for every 3-pointer I make during the season, I donate 3 nets to the organization, and for every kid that's in this camp right now, I'm donating a net to Nothing But Nets. So it's just something that, like I said, it's close to my heart because I love kids, and it's something I can use my platform to really make change.
And you have 3 of your own.
I do. One just came up and said hi right behind us. I don't know if the camera caught him, but he just came to tap me. So, but yeah, man, just absolutely. After having kids, it changed my whole concept and mindset about kids. Even though I've always loved kids, but after having them, I can't imagine, them being in a situation where if they don't have a bed net, they're subject to dying from malaria. So, something like that. It's $10 per net, and I was like, you can literally save a life with $10. I'm gonna try and save a lot of lives in my lifetime.
You will, and that's very well done. Now, here's a little from the old man here, little tip. If anything ever goes south, you can always be a broadcaster. You've got a great set of pipes, buddy.
Thank you very much. Thank
Anthony,
you.
This is a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Absolutely.
Folks, thank you very much for joining us on Ozarks Previews.